They want us to start at 5 o'clock. So I'm going to start my clock at 5 o'clock. All right, here it is, 5 o'clock. And they want us to go to the 6, to take our minute hand to the 6. So I'm going to take my minute hand to the 6. Do you notice something when you're looking at your book on page 599? Do you notice that half of this, I sometimes pretend things are food because I like to eat pizza. So this looks like a big old piece of pizza for me. And so if I cut it right down the middle and my minute hand goes halfway around, this is going to be called half past. So look again what my hand did here. It went from 5 o'clock all the way down to half past. So it's half past 5. Look what happened to my hour hand. What did my hour hand do? It moved between the 5 and the 6. But remember, we know that any time that the hour hand is in between this 5 and this 6, this is all going to be the 5 o'clock hour. So it is 5:30. I'll see if we're right. We are. Awesome. So I would like you to write on there, it says half past, and then we're going to put a 5 right here. And then I would like you to draw in the hands where they belong. Put me on pause and do that. Okay, so your page should look like my page. Now, I need you to make sure that you're paying attention. This hour hand is not pointing directly to the 5. I'm going to flip back over here to my clock. Look, because it says 5:30, each time this minute hand goes around the clock, my hour hand is moving as well. So you need to make sure that you put your hour hand in between the 5 and the 6. That's a common mistake that second graders do. They just put the hour hand pointing right to the 5 and then the minute hand pointing to the 6. Well, it's not really like that in real life. So we're going to practice it like it is in real life, and we're going to put the hour hand in between the 5 and the 6 so that we know that it is halfway in between the 5 o'clock hour and the 6 o'clock hour. All right, let's turn our page. Oh, maybe I'm going to try. There we go. All right. Here we are on page 600. You should be there with me as well. You can show time to the half hour. 1 half hour is 30 minutes. These clocks show half past 2. So let's take a look at that helpful hint over here. It says the hour hand moves halfway to the next number as a half hour passes. I wonder who just said that in our other video or just a couple seconds ago. Yes, so it is important for you to know that half of an hour is 30 minutes. So if half of an hour is 30 minutes, how long is a full hour? If you said 60 seconds, you are correct. So here is our analog clock, and it says the hour hand points between the 2 and the 3. The minute hand points to the 6. So here is the hour hand, and it's pointing between the 2 and the 3 because it's halfway around the clock. It's gone half of that pizza. All right. And over here, the digital clock, it is 2:30. Remember, the red hand is the same as the hand on the analog clock right here. As the digital, this is the hour, and this is the half hour. This is the minutes. So this says 2:30. All right, it says we're going to tell what time is shown, and then we're going to also write the time. So I'm going to put this time over here on my clock. Whoa, that was a crazy clock. Okay. Who can tell me what hour we are in? We are in the 9 o'clock hour because it hasn't hit the 10 o'clock hour yet. And this is our hour hand. It's going between the 9 and the 10. The next is we know that this is pointing to the 6. Remember that the clock halfway around is 30. 12 o'clock, and this is 30. I'm going to tell you a secret. You count by fives: 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Now, that's a lesson we're going to talk about in a little while. But this is half of our pizza and half of our clock face, and that it says 9:30. Let's see if we're right with 9:30. Yep, we're right. So write 9:30 in the digital box, and then we're going to write 9:30 in this box. Okay, we're going to go to number 2. Remember, you can always pause me if you need to do something in your book, okay? Number 2, it says, turn this little guy off. Whoa, my hands are going crazy. All right, what hour are we in? We are in the 1 o'clock hour because it's between the 1 and the 2. It hasn't got to the 2 yet. So we are at 1, and then the 6 we know is 30. So it should say 1:30. So go ahead and put me on pause and put 1:30 in your digital box and 1:30. Try number 3 on your own, and I will be right back to be able to check your paper with mine. All right, I would like you to check your page 600 with my page 600 and make sure that we both have the same answers. Remember, you can always put me on pause if you need to check it for a little bit longer. I want to go down to the talk math next, and the talk math says, it is 8:30. Explain what half past means. Half past should mean what? Put me on pause and think about it for just a second. Okay, so half past means, remember, think about that pizza again, that half of the pizza is gone because you have moved your minute hand halfway around the clock. So half past, that means half of the pizza is gone. Half of the clock is gone. All right, let's turn to page 601. This says, on my own. You are going to do the same thing we just did, where you're going to write the time in the box, the digital box, and then tell me half past what number it is. Don't forget that the hour hand is the red hand and the minute hand is the blue hand. And we're looking at half past. Remember, that's half past is 30. Halfway around the clock. So just do 4, 5, and 6, and then I'll see how we're doing with those answers. Okay, so you should make sure that your 4, 5, and 6 look like my 4, 5, and 6. It says 10:30 for number 4. 10 is the hour and 30 is the minutes that have gone past. And then 10:30. Our next one for number 5 should say 5:30. 5 o'clock, we're in the 5 o'clock hour. And we have gone 30 minutes in the 5 o'clock hour. So it's 5:30, 5:30. And our number 6 is 11:30. See how the hour hand has gone between the 11 and the 12? It is 11:30. Now they want you to draw the hands on the clock. This could get a little bit trickier. Don't forget, I'm going to remind you, when it's in the half hour, that the hour hand goes in between whatever hour you are in. So I don't point my hour hand to the 1. We point it in between the 1 and the 2. All right, give it a try and see how we do. I'll come back in a minute and we'll have our answers. Put me on pause. Okay, boys and girls, I guess I'm hoping that you have number 7, number 8, and number 9 all done. So are the answers for each of those. I hope you tried your best. Remember, it's important for that hour hand to be between the 4 and the 5. It's not pointing directly to the 4. So it says 4:30. This one says 7:30. So the hour hand has gone halfway in between the 7 and the 8 because we're in the 7 o'clock hour. So 7:30. And then our number 9 says 6:30. Remember that our minute hand has gone halfway around the clock face, halfway around the pizza face, and now the minute hand is at the 6. So that means that it says 30, but our hour hand is between the 6 and the 7. So that means that it is in the 6 o'clock hour still. So 6:30. Good job. We're going to turn to page number 602. I kind of cut off my 600 here, but it says 602. I have a few problems left. Number 10, Eli woke up at 7:30. He needs to leave for school 1 hour later. Show and write the time he needs to leave for school. So first of all, what time is 7:30? 7:30 means that it has gone to 7 o'clock and the minute hand has gone halfway around. So 7:30 is 7:30. So 7:30, he needs to leave school 1 hour later. So now we need to take our minute hand and we need to go around the clock one whole time. So here we go. Our minute hand is going all around the clock one whole time, going past that 12 because we got to go all the way around. So we're back to where we were. Now what time is it? It is 8:30. It has gone one whole hour around the clock. The minute hand has gone one time all the way around, and it says that it is 8:30. So I'd like you to draw 8:30 on your clock right here on both the analog clock and the digital clock. Go ahead and put me on pause while you do this. Next, you're going to have to get your writing out. It says use the clocks shown below. What happens at each of these times? So number 11 says 6:30. Which one of these clocks shows 6:30? Remember, it needs to be, the hour hand needs to be between the 6 and the 7, and the minute hand needs to be pointing to the 6. Which one of those which one shows us 6:30? It should be this one, alarm goes off. So go ahead and write alarm goes off at 6:30. Put me on pause until you get that done. Number 12 says 3:30. Let's see what happens at 3:30. So we got to look for the clock that has the hour hand in between the 3 and the 4. And the minute hand has to be at the 30 or on the 6. Which one of those two happens? It is soccer practice. Good. And then put me on pause so that you can write the word soccer practice right here on the line. Number 13, it says 8:30. 8:30, the only one that we have left is school starts, but let's check to make sure that it is the correct one. The hour hand is between the 8 and the 9, so it is 8 in the 8 o'clock hour, and the minute hand is pointing to the 6, so it is 8:30. So school starts at 8:30. Those kids must go to a different school because our school usually does not start at 8:30. Usually starts at 7:30. We are early birds. Okay, so for today, I'm going to have you just, we're going to skip the right math. Don't tell Mrs. Hint or Mrs. Vogel. Promise, don't tell them. Today, you have two choices for your homework. Your first choice is this page right here, page 603 and page 604. Or you may also do the page that it looks like this, telling time in your packet. Either one are okay. Remember, wild animals, they can do all 3 pages. Make sure you keep your packet all together, and I will see you next time for our lesson. Good job today.